Hello everyone, welcome to another video looking at all of the cool new stuff coming for 8th edition Warhammer 40k. So we're going to jump right into it. I know I'm a little bit behind on these videos because I was away doing the World Championships for X-Wing and Imperial Assault, but I want to get caught up as quick as I can. So we're going to blast through characters, infantry and large models today. So first up we have characters. So we go through the article and what bits do we want to pick out first. Basically they've gone for the changes here for more thematic reasons and to try and stop the this phrase here really makes me laugh, the add prefix star, it's over, it's gone. They knew it was a problem and they can joke about it and laugh at themselves in the removal and fixing of that problem. So what we're going to get now is that characters don't join units, but they buff them by being around them, having bubbling effects, all that kind of thing. So again, I've said it a few times now, if you think Age of Sigmar, if you played it at all, that kind of thing, you won't be far off. But we have Drazar lets you add 1 to the hit rolls of all friendly incubi. Kroot Shapers, I used to play Kroot Mercenaries, so thanks for the love. Allows nearby Kroot to reroll 1s to wound and gives them his leadership. So nice little buffs like that. The other thing obviously is because we can't hide characters in a unit now, they've done a nice, simple, elegant rule of in the shooting phase, if a character isn't the closest unit to the squad that's shooting, you can't target them. So it makes it nice and simple. We talk about it here that obviously Guilliman can advance in the groups of Space Marine tactical squads, giving all of his orders out. All of those buffs he's going to hand out and can't be targeted back because he has less than 10 wounds, and that seems to be a break point of if you're into 2 digits for your wounds, 10 plus, then you can be picked out as a target. Anything less than that and you don't, you get to hide. Obviously it still opens up some interesting things of what you're going to need to think about, just how many units are you going to put closer to the enemy, because if you only have like 1 screening unit, that could get mowed down really quickly, then your character's going to be exposed. But equally you don't want to have them too far back where they're going to get basically not to add the dice and everything to the attack. You want them piling in. As we're going to see, we've got the heroic intervention where they get to take part in the melees and stuff like that, even if they weren't charged. And here's the example of a chaplain not sitting down while his assault squad gets massacred around him. So that fine balance again, as I talked about in the charging video and the combat order video, that when you, those choices you make were about your position are going to be really important, and when you activate in a melee phase or combat phase, fight phase it's called actually, is going to be really important. So all of these little decisions that are going to have a massive impact on the way the game flows that you might not think about, I think that's a good thing for the game moving forward. It simplifies it but doesn't actually remove tactical options. And then we'll go on to infantry. So we go through, again I'm not doing these in the correct order, I'm doing them in the one that makes sense to me. So it goes on talking about the fact that stats have changed. So we have the to wound roll chart now. So any strength can always wound any toughness now. There's no longer can you get something locked in combat with the Wraith Lord and not be able to hurt it, which is sad for me. I used to enjoy tying stuff up because I'm a horrible person, but it's better for the game in general, always being able to feel like you can look your way into something. So that's fine, I don't mind that change. Basically if you're more than double, 2 plus, more just greater than 3 plus, equal 4 plus, if the toughness is higher than your strength, 5 plus, more than double, if the strength's half or less, 6 up. So a nice simple table, really easy to remember. Then it talks about how we can now split fire for a squad. So the fact that heavy weapons can move and fire at a -1 to hit, as we saw in the earlier video I did, we can now do things like having the examples here is obviously using the bolt guns to mow down the Hormagaunts, having your flamers do the lictor, and then fire crack missiles at something like Carnifex. You can do all of those different things, and I enjoy being able to have those options. You don't have to have specific roles in mind for your squads. Like my Dark Angel squads were always melter gun, multi-melter, plasma gun, plasma cannon, and try and keep them role specific. I didn't really mix them because you couldn't. It just wasn't worth it. You didn't get the benefit of taking that squad. So this is a lot better and will probably lead, well, hopefully lead more people, not everyone, because we're still going to min-max, it's still the internet after all, but we're going to lead to more people taking combined arms style armies, which is how I like to see the game. I don't complain how anyone plays it, that's just how I like to see it. Then we have large models, so we go in and we're just going to jump through quite a lot of stuff here because it's a lot of chuff and fluff up here. It talks about Imperial Knights having over 20 wounds, Land Raiders not getting one-shotted by melter guns anymore, but Fire Dragon squads are still going to rape them, and that's probably the correct term for it. Kill them really quickly if you're easily offended. Then we will go the Mork or possibly Corkinant. I love this. I love new Games Workshop laughing at themselves. So we have the stat line here. So all the ones with stars are variable stats. Again, rolling back to Age of Sigmar. If you're used to playing this game now, a lot of this stuff is going to be obvious to you. So as it suffers more damage, its effectiveness goes down, and it relates to this section here. So move, weapon skill, and attack all gets worse as it gets more beaten up. Always has a BS of 5, strength of 8, toughness of 8, 18 wounds, leadership of 7, and a 3-up save. So it's still a bit of a beast, and even once you're losing effectiveness, yeah, once you're down to 1 to 4 wounds, you're only moving 4 inches with a weapon skill of 5. Oh, it's hitting on a 5-up in combat and 2 attacks. But you're still going to be toughness 8, still going to have a 3-up save, so there's still jobs for your model to do. It's not going to go down easy. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, that's about all they have. Obviously they do talk about the fact that the units are going to be affected in different ways, so I imagine the more track based units will probably get slower. Some units might lose ballistic skill instead of weapon skill, all that kind of thing. But loads of fun stuff here, really interesting, lots of new mechanics, or new to 40k mechanics. So I think it's shaping up to be exactly what I expected when they announced it, and it's going to be a good fun package which will work in competitive play as well, I believe. The balancing of the units is what's going to be important, but when they're acknowledging like the puns that they've had about different broken things, you can't help but be optimistic about it. So there we go, that's this video done. Thanks for watching everyone. Come back tomorrow and I will have another 40k video up as well, and that should be us all caught up with all of the up-to-date news. Thanks for watching everyone, I'll see you again soon. And we are done when I can find it. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to edit this out. Cheers guys.